Hey, I'm Alex Rackle from Board Game Co, and today I'm going to be playing through Eureka from Eureka and Bitewing Games. This is part of a two games, if there's more than two games I don't know about it. This is part of a two-game crowdfunding campaign for Eureka as well as Rolling Deep. Rolling Deep by Peter Hayward, Eureka by Eureka, both of them solo-only games, although of course you could play with others if you want, but it's a solo-only game in which you're trying to accomplish your goals and, well, accomplish your goals. They're different games. You can check out a playthrough I have of Rolling Deep as well as a review at some point. I'll also have a review of this. This is going to be a playthrough. I'm going to be playing through probably two scenarios. We'll see. I prepped to do two just in case. It might depend on how long it goes. But let's go ahead and dive into it. A few notes. Number one, this is a prototype. All rules and components subject to change, and I'll have a link to the crowdfunding campaign down below. Number two, I will be playing through scenarios. Basically, the way this game works is you have the basic way to play, and then you have from there various envelopes. Chapter 1, which is going to introduce new rules, mechanics, tokens, all that. Chapter 2, which also introduces new rules, mechanics. Honestly, I could do this with all of them. All of the chapters introduce new rules, mechanics, and ways to augment the challenge you're playing as. Today, I'll be playing through one of the scenarios from Chapter 2 and possibly one of the scenarios from Chapter 3. So if you are not looking for any spoilers at all, then this is probably not a video for you. I should note that there's not really like spoilers as far as like, oh my gosh, that thing happened. It's more just that each of these envelopes introduces new various mechanics, and we'll be incorporating some of those mechanics to augment and improve the challenge and frankly make it more interesting. But if you don't want any of that, this is not a video for you. And then number three, before we begin playing, is going to be this channel is sponsored by Allplay. If you go to allplay.com, you can find a variety of games from a variety of publishers, including Bitewing Games. They use Allplay for the fulfillment, which means if you go to Allplay, you can buy games from Allplay, from Bitewing, or from any of the other partner publishers and get one low shipping price. With that, let's go ahead and dive into this. We are going to be rolling some dice. So I'm going to show you the chapter. This is like your last chance for spoilers. I'm going to show you the chapter right now. We are playing through specifically Chapter 9, Level 9 effectively. We want to get a score of 280 if we can. You'll see various like notes from various. I've been skipping around going through like every other chapter or so. So some of these I've done, some of them I've not. I've done Chapter 6, I've done Chapter 8. You can see little text as far as where I got. I have not actually achieved gold on any chapter yet. I have achieved silver on most of the chapters I've played and bronze on one or two. But we are doing Chapter 9. The way this game works is we're going to be rolling our dice and assigning them to various rows. You don't need to worry about this anymore because all the tokens are already here. I'll walk you through them. In fact, I will just start taking turns and show you how to play. But last, I'll just show you that each chapter shows you how many dice you start with. I'll be using 15 dice. Do I have my special die? I do. I need to remove that over there. I should have 15 dice over here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 15 dice in our little piles. We have our specific tokens to match the chapter goals. I will walk you through how those work shortly. But the first thing you need to do is grab some dice and then roll them. So you grab your handful of 5 dice, you roll those dice, and then you assign them to a row. If you cannot grab 5 dice, the game is over. You lost, well, that you don't lose, you have to now score. So if you can never grab 5, the game is over. The basic idea is you grab 5 dice, assign them to any rows that you want with some rules as far as how that works, and then if you finish the row, you can score the row, returning your dice to the supply. Which means if I'm operating with 15 dice, I effectively have 3 rolls before I have to return some dice in order to continue the sequence. There's also various ability tiles over here. I'll come to those shortly. I won't overload you with too much information at first. So right now, I have 3s, I have 2 3s, a 1, a 6, and a 4. So there's different ways I can try to plan this. In this row, for example, I could try to build 3 of a kind, a full house basically. 3 of a kind, A, and then 2 of a kind. And just doing some quick math over there, if I had 3 3s, that would be 9, and 2 4s would be 8, which would be 17. That's where we have some interesting ability tiles here that make the challenge harder. To do a full house in this level, we need to achieve at least 25 in order to score. Because this is not red, that doesn't mean we'll lose the game or not. And just in order to score those 25 points, we need to have a total of at least 25, which is doing some quick math. You know, if I do 3 6s, that's 18, which leaves at least 7. So it's going to be pretty hard to get that. You need to do high values for those. What I probably will do is I'll go ahead and assign my 2 3s to this row over here. This over here needs to have at least 20. This is kind of an overload place. A great place to dump dice. The only problem is normally you can just dump dice there and then get 10 points. Over here, you need to get 20 value total from the dice you put, but it could be any combination. And if we don't, we lose the game. Those red dynamite tiles over here means if you don't do the thing, you lose the game, making it a different kind of challenge. So to that end, I am going to put the 1 over here because we need to achieve this in order to win this row. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it does have to be in order. And then over here, we have a 6 and a 4. I could dump them down over here if I want, which is not the craziest, but I think I might put a 6 over here and then put a 4 over here. That's what I might do over here, okay? It's a little risky because I'm kind of diversifying into a whole bunch of rows, but I think we can make that work. Let's grab our next batch of tiles over here and roll them and see what we got. So we got a bunch of 6s for better or for worse. We did get a 2 and a 3, which is arguably better. The 6s are not bad to put over here, and then the 3 over here. That's really good because at this point, no matter what I put here, I'm guaranteed to get this row because 6, 6, 6 is 18. 2 1s would complete that row, so we should be good to go, which means I just need to roll my last 3 dice over here. I'm hoping to get a 4. A 4 would be great. 3s would be great. A 4 I want for this one, and then any 2 dice can go here, so I know I have another roll coming my way. Wow, 5 6s. 5 6s. Like, what are the chances? Now, we did get a 4, which is good, because I'll put the 4 over here, which means we uncovered the dynamite tile, and it simply won't hurt us anymore. The dynamite can't hurt us. I'll toss it up there, although I really just take it off the board, because it's not a tile we're saving, we're just getting rid of it. To that end, I have other tiles over here. I'm going to go ahead, and these dice are going to return to the supply, and I'm going to mark that I've achieved my 30 points with that little mark there. This row is done. I can no longer complete that row. This 3, I can no longer assign dice to that row. That 3 is going to go over there, which is a good spot for it. And then I have a 6, 6, and a 5. And here's my challenge. I'll tell you my challenge. A 6, 6, and a 5. Well, I need to score this row, I guess. That's rough. I need to score this row. I could score that row. I could put the 6 over here. Not the easiest decisions. If I place the 6 over here, I can start that row and hope for the best. It might be too early to do that, though, because I'm only going to get 1 more roll out of it unless I get a 3 over there. I think I'm decently safe. So I'm going to put this over here and complete that row. I don't love it, but I do want the dice back from that row. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to assign this over here to get those 10 points and remove the dynamite tile because we had a total value of at least 20. These dice were at least 20. We will now take those dice again and roll them. And what do we get? We have a 3, which is excellent. I really wanted to get a 3 over there. That was a big part of my roll. I got a 4, which is not a bad part. The problem is these 3 dice, where do I want to put these? I can't put them in the 3 column because, well, I already did the 3 column. This one needs to have a total value of at least 15, which should be achievable. The problem is I have a high value that I'm trying to place over there, which is going to make our life a little more complicated. I could try to place 5 of a kind over here, which is not the craziest considering I already have 3s. Ooh, that is rough. How do I want to assign this over here? 3 6s. If I do 3 6s is 18. One second, let me just do quick math. 3 6s. That's rough. Can I do that? 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 6 is 24. I can't get away with 3s over here. This was a mistake. Putting that over there was probably a mistake. We'll come back to that. This 1 can go up here. I might regret that. This row is going to score. This is rough. This is rough. We're going to do this right now. We're going to place this, and we're going to try to get that. We got our 15 over there, but we have only 1 roll because you have to roll 5 dice, so which means I need to clear another row off in order to get more dice back to my supply, which is not the best. Let's go ahead and see how we do this over here. We got 5, 5, 6 over here. Okay, so I do like this. This is great for that. The problem is I have a 1 I can put over here and a 1 I can put over here, and that's not enough to pull back my dice and get what I want. Now, the real challenge over here is I've kind of explained most of these dynamite tiles at this point. These have to be cleared. These have certain point values. This is a multiplier, which is going to multiply the score value of this row. Now, the tricky part is it's a 5 times multiplier, which means really, if I'm trying to get, for this scenario, chapter 2, if I'm trying to get 280, a 5 times multiplier on that row is a lot. But right now, if I clear this row off, which I think I have to, unless I simply give up, I can't give up on this row because I'll lose. I could give up on this row and simply not get the 25 points, which might be, like, it feels crazy, but giving up 25 points is not crazy. My gosh. My gosh. So the way it works, oh no, I don't have to score that row. Okay, here's what I'm thinking through. So right now, if I can get this even one higher on this row, then I can multiply 65 times 5, as opposed to right now it'd be 35 times 5. Because again, this row score is equal to the lowest that a row scored here. So if I only score 2 in a row, and that's the lowest row I have, then I'd score 15. You look at your lowest marker, which is going to be challenging. The problem is I feel I'm in this weird place where I feel I'm gambling on going from 35 to 65, which absolutely is a gamble, and I'm giving up 25 points to do that. If I do achieve it, it's 30 times 5, which is 150 points. But this is like a bird in the hand versus like 5 in the bush. Is that math right? 6 in the bush. 6 times 25 is 150. Yeah, that's 6 in the bush, because I'm gambling on 150 points versus a safe 25. And 280 is achievable without that times 5. So how do I want to handle this? This is a pivotal moment right now. I need to pull back dice. I can either pull back the 3 here or these over here. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give up those 25 points, which means I'm going to score 0 for this row. Note that this does not mean that I have to score this row. It just means that if I want those 25 points, I have to total at least 25 in this row, which I was not able to do because I gave up. That's why. We're going to roll these over here. We got 3 3s. I could not have asked for a better roll. In fact, I mean, I probably could have. If this had been a 4, that'd be a better roll, but that's about it. So that's going to clear off this dynamite. We only have 1 dynamite left to go. That last dynamite is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, though, in order, so it is going to be challenging to do. These dice come back, and we cleared off that row for 50 points, 5 of a kind. That's a nice little chunk of change. We're going to place a 4 in this row, and at this point, I probably should place a 6 in this row to try to start working our way there. Now, our real hope here is ideally in this next roll, we want to get at least a 2 1s or 2 4s. But if I can get even a 1 or a 4, it's a good start. Granted, 4 6s would be just as good. We have none of those things. None of those things. That is rough. So now we're neither going to get the bird in the hand or the bush. I gave up the 25, and I'm not going to be able to get what I wanted out of that, I believe. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right over here, because unless I can pull back these dice, I guess I could assign these dice to another row. I can give up, oh, I could do that. I could just give up all of these rows. Because what I could do is, this is eligible for this row over here. 2, 2, 2, and 2 is already eligible to score this row. So I'm going to put those over there. I'll put the 5 over here, and then the 3 over here. That's a totally viable thing that I can do. But the real challenge with my triple 2s, I think I might want to assign my triple 2s over here. I think I will do that. Because right now, this triple 2 would be 6 plus 5 plus 3 is 14. That's so close. That's so close. 6 plus 8 is 14. I would need 15 to score that row. So I think I'm going to not basically score that row. I'm going to assign these 2s over here. And then I'm going to assign these 5 and the 3 over here just because I need to pull back dice. So I'm assigning some dice. This is an interesting way to do this. I'm assigning this dice over here, and then I say, oh, look at that. I can't score it, or I'm not going to score it, so I'm going to pull back. You are allowed to pull back early. You're just going to get, less points. So I'm giving up another 15 points over here, but I have a hand of 5 dice, and now I can get 1s, 2s, or 4s, or 6s. I have a lot of flexibility over here, although I will need to do this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is, because if I don't do dynamite, my score is 0. So I have 2s, give me another 2, nope, okay, we have double 1s, beautiful. Double 1s are going to score that. We got a 2 and a 4, that's amazing, amazing, I'm very happy with that. And then we have this 3, which doesn't have a great place to assign it, because again, it has to be assigned to an eligible row, or you lose the die. And over here, the only rows I have is a 2, but 2 needs to go here first. So I could do, interesting strategy, I could do the 2 from there in here. I might do that because then I'm not wasting the 3. The other option is putting the 3 over here and hoping I get 20 total, which is doable, but not the best over there because the 3 would have to be the odd die. Because basically 3 times 4 is only 12, plus 6 would be 18, which is not 20. So if I want to score that row, the 3 would be the odd die and I have to put something else there. I think this is the right move because it clears the 1s and it still leaves me with a single 4 is all I need to get that. So a single 4 is enough to clear that and get those back. I think that's the way to play that. So we scored that perfectly. Great, amazing. It's only 5 points, but if we can get this, it's a chunk of points. 500 points would be an insane score. Let's see what we got. Did we get a 4? We did. Beautiful. I really wanted that 4. We could put the 4 over here, but I don't think it's the right place for it. I think where I just put it is the right place for it. We also have 2 2s. Oh, that changes things. That changes things because if I have that, then placing the 4 here is not bad because a 5 6 would clear this row. The double 3s could go here, which is basically just a placeholder for them. I think the double 3s going there is the right move for right now. It's not going to score anything for me. It's kind of a waste of a spot, but it will let me clear this row over here. I still need to do the 5 and the 6s. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. That fully scores that row, which is great. And now we are hoping to get at least a 4, and then either that or a 5 and a 6 is good as well. Do we have a 5 and a 6? We did not get any of those. So I think we're going to do that pullback turn I talked about. We're going to do those double 6s, which is not the worst. And then we're just going to kind of assign these to over here. We got our, oh my gosh, okay, we're going to assign these over here, but we can't do it that way. We can't do it that way. Because the problem is, I think it's going to be wasted, because you can't just put them. We could put the 3, 3, 3 and the 2 here, because that's 4 of A plus a wild. But this 2 might have to be trashed, which is unfortunate, but I think you know what? We've had a good run so far. We're going to trash that 2, and then we're going to pull back this row, because we're not going to be able to score anything there. Although right now, yeah, we're going to pull back that row. We're going to score 0 for that row. Then we're going to pull back this row and get almost to the end on that row. So we're definitely not getting a perfect game there, which does take some of the pressure off, because, I mean, perfect would be amazing, but honestly, 5 times 65 is already going to be the points we need for this. So really just going for the 5 times 100 is really just bragging rights. So let's go ahead and roll 5 dice. We lost that 2 because there's nowhere legal to assign it. And we got the following. We got our 4 a round too late, which is not helpful. We did not get a 5 over here, which is rough. Rough. That is a bad roll, people, because now it's gonna hurt. Now it's gonna hurt. We can't assign any of these dice. All of these dice are gone. There's no legal place to put them, which means we need to score this row to pull our dice back, which means we never got that in the end anyway. And now we're trying to get 5s. This was going so well, and now it's gone. Now we did get a 5, 6, which is great. But you'll see why this is still terrible for us in a second. So we at least are able to viably score things because we got that. But we have 4, 1, 4, which isn't helpful because the only rows we can assign left right now is this row with 5s. So at this point, we are just rolling these dice and hoping to get as many 5s as possible. That is our final roll. So hope for 3 5s. We got 1 5 and 4 6s. What a not ideal situation. So let's go ahead and score. That's it. That's the round because there's nothing else to score. This is going to go over here, which can be 5 times 5, only 25 points. That is rough. I was doing so well. The 5s got assigned too little too late. I thought I was doing great. It happens. Anyways, scoring-wise, we have 5 plus 10 is 15, plus 15 is 30, plus 16 is 46. 46 plus 5 is 51. 51 plus 18 is 59, 69. 69 plus 25, because this is multiplied by 5, so 69 plus 25 is going to be 69, 89, 94. 94, we got nothing for these rows. 94 plus 70 over here is 164. 164 plus 60 is going to be 224. So our final score is 224. Where's my pen over here? And we're going to write that down, which is bronze. We got bronze. Okay, so not the best over here, but I guess it could have been worse. I mean, I need to write in something. Let me give a second here. Right, just get the pen flowing. 224. Oh, this is not writing well. Give me a second. Let me grab this and go 2. Why are you not writing, dude? Why are you not writing? 224. We have to do this in the new box. 2. This is not writing. I got 224. I will write that down elsewhere. 224 for myself. The pen's not writing on this, which is a rule book, but still, I think it would have written better. Anyways, that is gameplay 1. Let's go ahead and do another gameplay, setting up in scenario 3. So same basic concept is going to apply. We're going to reset these rows over here. I got bronze in that game. Let's show you some new elements, because I specifically want to show you some new mechanics from the various boxes. Again, these are boxes 1, 2, and 3 that you're seeing in play, because boxes 4 and 5, or envelopes 4 and 5, I should say, have not been opened yet. Anyways, let's go ahead and show you this. Grab these dice back. We are going to be playing from chapter 3, and we're introducing a few new concepts. We have dynamite tiles in order. So these ones over here, we're going to be playing through scenario number 14 right now. So we're going to be placing these in place, and these have to go on. I guess you just saw me fail horribly, but one thing, let's see if we can do this again at the same basic concept. So these have numbers on them. When you have numbered dynamite tiles, you have to remove them in order. You cannot remove them when you want. You must remove them in order. So you have to get to the 4th spot on each of the number lines, and you have to do that in the order shown, which is going to be rough. Now the good news is you can earn some rerolls. These tokens over here allow you to, I believe, set a die to the face of your choice. So not really a reroll. You just choose a die, put it to whatever you want, but you have to earn these there. These are going to be gone entirely. We will not be using these in this scenario. And we're only going to, well, we're going to have 17 dice. So we will have all our dice, but we are also going to have our gold die. Now we're trying to get at least 300 in this particular scenario, which is going to be interesting because I mean, we'll see how it goes, but the gold die basically doubles the scoring of a row, which we'll see. We'll show you how that works. Use it early, use it often. That's the basic principle. Let's go ahead and stick with what it said. We're going to use it early, use it often. Let's start with our first round of rolling. So grab the gold die, which honestly, as much as I like the dice in general, because the dice have a bunch of different colors, the gold die is not significantly different than the other dice. Let's go ahead and roll. We got a 3. Now again, the tricky part here is because of the way this works, is we do have to go in order of the rows. We are going to dump the 1 and 2 in there as fast as possible. The 3 could go down to here to score that row as quickly as we can. Throwing down a 4 and a 6 would be risky. I think, interesting, how do I want to handle this? I think we'll throw the 4 in this row because we are trying to go rapidly accelerate there. We'll throw the 6 over here and see how this plays out for me. So we're going to roll another 5 dice. This might be a mistake, but we are making this happen. We're going to roll some bones. We got a 1, which we're going to throw over here. We have a 2. Did I put it on the right spot? Am I putting it on the 4th spot or the 3rd spot? It's supposed to be on the 3rd spot. Okay, so it is in the right spot. Okay, so we only need to get 3 of each of these, not 4 and 5. We have the 3, 4, and 4. So I could put 1 4 over here, but the other one I cannot. We could put a 3 over here, and we could put 2 4s over here, which is not crazy, because then a 4 or a 3 would be enough to accomplish that row. And we earn this, which we can set any die to any side whenever we want. And we're going to go ahead and roll. We are trying to finish this as soon as we can, because then we can benefit from that 3 right away. So we're going to roll again. We can immediately put this down over here, which means now this row is already, dynamite tile number 1 is out of play. We don't have a 2, we have the 6, 6, and we do have, so double 6s is not bad to try to place it over here. So we'll do that, which will give us that right away, so we get some flexibility. And I'm going to place the 5s onto the 5 spot. We are working our way towards really trying to ramp these up and out of the way. Now the downside is, this does mean that right now we are out of dice, unfortunately, because we have these all assigned. What we could do is we could pull back those 3s, which I think we might have to do that. It means we're probably not scoring max on this, but I don't think that's a problem if we can benefit from using the gold die as much as possible. So we will pull these back and immediately trigger scoring of this row. So we're getting 3 points for that row, which is kind of lousy. The only points that really matter here is this one. But again, you saw it is very hard to get that. I don't think I've ever gotten that above 3, at least not yet. We have 4, 5, 4, 4, and 5. Okay, so we could use the 4 over here, which we'll do shortly. We'll place the 5s out. We can't place the 5 over there. That's kind of stuck. We could do double 4s, double 5 over here, which is not a bad way to place them because we are about to get a whole row of dice back. And if this rolls 4 or 5, we are golden. But if we get any 4 or 5, we're pretty good. And then a 6 as well. We have a lot of tools over here, honestly. So we're going to take this row back. This use the gold die. So the way this works is we're going to flip it to its other side as a reminder that at the end of the round, what I just hit? I hit the 4 over there. At the end of the round, we're going to score times 2, 15. So not just 15, but times 2, 15. We're going to roll that die again, and we got a 1. Now, the 1 does not help me, unfortunately. In fact, I might even be inclined to use it as something else shortly. No, I could put the 1 over here. There we go. That's amazing. Now, I could score this row with this as a 4 or 5, but I kind of don't want to. We'll see how that plays out soon. Let's place the 4 over here, because that's a good place to put that. We'll place the 2 over here, because that will clear our next dynamite out of the way. And the 5 cannot go there, so I think we will not push ourselves too much. We will just assign the 5 over here and score both those rows. So this row will score normally, and we'll get 3 of a kind, basically. It's a full house, not 3 of a kind. And this one, sorry, that scores normally. This one will score times 2, which I'm giving up the 50 over there, 25 doubled, but I think it's fine because I can't spread myself too thin anyway. So we're going to take our gold die, and we're going to roll it again and see what we can get over here. Let's see. We have 3s, which is great because we haven't had any 3s in play yet. That was a 3. We're going to put these over here. We need to get those up before we can clear anything else. We're kind of landlocked over there. The 1 is not the best because the 1, where can we put the 1? We could put the 1 in this row like so, which is not crazy. It's not crazy. It means that we will need some 1s over there, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Let's put this down over here to get the 6s going and then roll some dice. Again, we do have those 2, which will give us a lot of flexibility. So I'm hoping for like 2 or 3 1s if we can. We got 1 1, which is not the worst. What else can we do here? We can't do the 3 yet because if we do the 3, but if we do the 3, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a little crazy here. I'm going to assign this 6 here like so. And then I'm going to I'm going to use a number to turn this into a 3. Okay, so we're going to use one of these to turn that into a 3, but that's going to have the effect of me being able to go 3, 4, and 5. Because of that roll, that just got me a lot of flexibility on those. So only the 6 is left to clear. Now the bad news is I don't have any dice left, unfortunately. The good news is I could immediately clear these 2 rows to pull back the dice and score whatever numbers that is. It's pretty consistent, but at least I'll be getting the, I'm kind of guaranteed to get this minimum threshold or not score at all. So we'll roll 5 dice again, hoping for some 1s, because again, doubling this up would be amazing. And we do have A1. A1 is fine. I'll take A1. We do have double 5s here, which is amazing, so I'll be able to bump that to 25. And then we have double 2s, which is not necessarily amazing, but it's not the worst either. We could put a 2 over here, because that's going to start the process of getting this up in the goal there. And then these rows are cleared. I could put a 2 down here and bury it, which is not the worst. So we'll take these 5 dice over here, and we will fully score that row. We're not getting any doublings out of these rows, but that's fine. That's fine overall. We're going to roll this over here. Give me a 1. We got a 1. Amazing. So we're going to be able to score that row. And then we have a bunch of 2s, 3s, and 4s. The 3 and the 4 can go over here, which is not bad at all. And the 2s can go down here to get 5 of any dice in that row. These ones will score, and we'll be able to double that row. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I'm feeling pretty good. We should get a 6 at some point, but I think that's nearly a guarantee. He says as he doesn't roll a 6. I have 5s, which will not help me at all. Oh no, I could put 1 5 here, and then 2 5s down here, but then where's my 3 going? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the 3s over here. This, I think it is in my best interest to turn this to a 6. It feels a little bit lame to do so, but I'm going to do that because it's going to double, again, it's going to double those points, and it's going to free it up for the next roll. So basically we're going to put that over there, which completes that row, which we're finishing 2 rows. The 3 can't go anywhere effective. Now I could have turned the 3 into a 6, but honestly, same problem, potato, potato. It does mean that we have to roll a 6 at some point, but I think we can do that. I think we can do that. So this die cannot be assigned anywhere legal, so it's going to go away. Gone. We lost that die. We're going to score these 2 rows, getting back a bunch of dice, which is nice. And this row is going to be doubled in scoring, which means we got, again, this one, I think I knocked this one out of the park. I think. Although, if I don't get a 6, we will reevaluate my decision as far as my opinion as to whether I knocked it out of the park. We got a 6. Amazing. And it's with that one too, which is even better, because right now we can immediately score that row with all these 6s. This one worked out well for us. We have a 2 and a 3, which I don't believe can be legally assigned anywhere, so these will go away. But this row is done. We get this back, and we mark it as such. So at this point, we should be good to go. We have only 2 rows left to assign. We have 4s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see what we can do as far as that goes. We got a 1. We got the 1 over there. We do not have a 2. We do not have, these all cannot be assigned. So I lost my magical doubler, but I got a lot out of it. We're going to roll 5 more dice. We need 2s, 4s. We have a 4. Okay, that's great. We don't have a 2 over here, so we can't do anything with those. So these are all dead dice, which means now we need to pull this row back to be able to, see what we can get out of that. And now we're just hoping for 2, 3, 4. Can we do it? We do not have a 2, 3, 4. We have the 3 and the 4. If this were a 2, we'd be good, which means we do not score it, and that's 0. So once again, let's go ahead and add this all up. We have the following. Our score that we are trying to get to, for the record, is we are trying to get we're doing for level 14, we get 17 dice and the gold die. We're trying to get to 300 if we can. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and see how far we got. We got 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 9 is 18, plus 16 is 34, plus 25 is 39, 59. 59 plus 60, because this is doubled. 60, this should be over here because that's the lowest row we got. So 59 plus 60 is 119. 119 plus 35 is 120 plus 34 is 154. 154 plus 30 is 184. Plus 40 is 224. Plus 25 is 249. 249 plus 249 plus 10 is 259. 259 plus 100 is 359. Plus 80 is 439. So we scored 439. Let me see if I can write this down because I want that score. That's the highest score I've gotten yet. We're going to do 439. There we go. So let's write it down successfully. If you start writing, it's hard to get it done, but if you get the ink flowing first. There we go. My first gold. Anyways, that is basically a playthrough of Eureka from Eureka and Bitewing Games. Overall, fun little game of just combining different abilities and restrictions around each row that change up how you approach them. I've gone through Envelope's chapters 1 through 3 so far. I will be going through chapter 4 and 5 before doing my review. I'll probably try to avoid spoilers unless I need to. Again, it's not really spoilers, they're just ability tiles. But still, it's fun to see what the game unlocks. In any case, until next time, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and as always, I hope you have a good one.